Well, it has been a hodgepodge here in Game 7. There saw the report from Jamie. Indiana is one of 4 teams that does not have a lineup that has played over 100 minutes together. Derek Jones Jr., the 3.
Up in the record, and that's the case here for Indiana, but they can still play. Only 31%, but went for the ball fake, got it easy too early.
And Lopez is still there, and we'll talk about the added piece that everybody knows of in Ivica Zubac and what that will do for them a year from now. This is going to be a team to be reckoned with in the Eastern Conference. Indiana looking for their first win post All-Star break. Again, injuries have not been their friends. Leonard, the straight-on 3. It's good.
It'll be interesting to see if Indiana, Rick Carlisle, chooses to double team Kawhi like tried to employ.
Walker goes down the lane, testing the rookie Sanders. Really hyper-competitive for a playoff spot. You're able to give some other players extended looks. They have found some interesting pieces. A whistle and a
future. His growth, his size, his athleticism, and ability to guard multiple positions.
Dunn drives deep into the paint, finds a wide. Nembhard deflected, recovered by Sanders. Clippers on the power play if they hurry. It's a lob. It's a throw.
To be able to get out in transition and score.
Nesmith to Nembhard, 2 big pieces for their finals run. Dives in on Dunn. And today, again, continues the busiest month of the year. Clippers playing 18 games. Kawhi from the same spot, but a different result. And Nembhard has.
For the Clippers.
Puff gives to Siakam, outmaneuvers Dunn.
It creates a lot of havoc.
Siakam, well, they're doing swell-like things.
Taking things away, but what you can create off your defense is opportunities to score against a defense that's not quite a set.
Lopez, tough pass to Field. He does. Finds Jones inside, hangs in his first quarter. Clippers lead by 2. Off the leg clock, Clippers 5 of 8. The Pacers, however, have hit all 4 of their shots. Kawhi, this time from the baseline. A really cool style of basketball, up-tempo last year, and later, Kawhi, pump fake, finds Sanders. Rhythmic 3 is en route, and the Reeves back the other way. Intercepted by Jones.
Even though it was an air ball, Derek Jones Jr. able to get back and impact the play. Speaking of which, we saw the Clippers became a better organization, not just team. But Zoo has big things planned in his future. Speaking of which, the future mentality right now, in particular, getting the ball in the paint by the Clippers.
7 for Kawhi. Siakam is former. Played for Indiana, yet Rick Carlisle did confirm that he would play later on this season. We want to make sure he's 100% healthy. Leonard feeling good, lets it fly. Minutes of this one.
Well, an aggressive Kawhi is a really good Kawhi.
Nembhard, tough shot in front. Clippers trailed by 17 on Monday to the Warriors, battled back and would lead by 17 themselves. Lopez down the lane, counted at a foul. Midway through this first quarter, Lopez gets up at 7 of 8. They're 87%.
Right. I know.
Michael Potter inside, a whistle. Quick word from the California Community College.
In the paint, so we know how good they can really be.
Remember, they went to the finals last year. They ended up losing Miles Turner in free agency, so Zoo is a perfect replacement, not necessarily. Obi Toppin, who has just checked in, loses the handle quickly, as Derek Jones Jr. says, don't mind if I do. Kawhi on the prowl. Goes down the lane, creating contact. It crawls over the front. Nembhard. A 3 off. 10 to shoot for Dunn, down the lane, and gives it to Jones in the corner for the 3. Rebound, tap.
Down below the block to get that tip in.
Nembhard greeted by Lopez, sledding to start. Ty Lue took the blame for that, saying that the offense that they were running at that time put him in the second half, and the rest, as they say. Clippers would battle back down 17, and again would lead by as many as 17. Garland into Jones, to the rim, and in.
Play to once again, the timing was impeccable for Derek Jones Jr.
Nembhard over the top of Garland, misses short. Benedict Mathurin out there. We'll see how real the X factor is. I have a feeling it's very real. There you go. It is yet to come here for this season anyway, with The way the Clippers have trended up in the standings, potential play-in
business, and don't look at the opposing team and where they're at, knowing that you have a bigger goal to play against. I think they're 13-6 overall against sub-500 teams.
They've got a few sub-500 teams remaining on the schedule. We've schedules remaining. You still got to take care of business. Clippers by 11. Mathurin down the lane. That little what I've seen on film since he joined the Clippers.
I think with anybody, it's not just the number of shots. Are you getting to your spots? Are they high-quality shots? It's a mixture between getting to the paint, catch and shoots. Those are the things that he's going to slowly kind of figure out.
Mathurin leads the charge the other way, finds Miller. It's Garland for the catch-and-shoot corner three. Rebound. Shepherd, the transition three. Garland, the reach, 13 of 21 from the field. Garland drives in on McConnell and leaves it
out of a cannon, able to get to the rim before the back line of the Pacers defense could react.
Kobe Brown gives it right. Pacers, 8 straight games for him, averaging 9 points and almost hitting 40% of his threes.
Getting a good opportunity. Speaking of which, expand his total game, I think is going to be very important, critical to the success here of the Clippers.
Catch and shoot for Brown. In the few years when he did have it, wasn't 100% healthy, 100% a good young man, and we are rooting for his success down the road. Mathurin stumbles inside, forces it up, and
Benedict Mathurin coachable, because he's listening to what Ty Lue said about shooting the ball more, and he's uber aggressive right now.
Like they've taken too many shots.
I don't even think that's even
no.
a question.
Garland, clever play.
Really good players, great players figure things out quickly. And we're starting to see that. Again, it's early for Darius Garland, but look at how he's a lot more comfortable.
Would you like to shoot 52% from the field in the first quarter on the road and trail by 15? Mathurin the straight on three. That is a 30. Possible 2 for 1 now for Indiana. Shepherd the three. It's short. Whistle, foul away from the ball. We'll go back to the Clippers. And an assist, Jordan Miller down the lane on Toppin, leans in, not there. Going 2 for 1 there. We'll talk more about him. What a wonderful player and a wonderful career that he has had. Drives on Miller, puts up a mid-off Garland. In transition, the lob to Niederhauser up high. Seconds to play in the first quarter. Niederhauser with an exclamation.
I tell you what, that first quarter, we saw a little bit of everything. To run, Kawhi was on the attack. It was DJ with some plays. And welcome to the Intuit Dome. Loving it right now. Clips up big time.
Pacers have the ball. Shepherd up top. Jackson looks inside to Walker, young man. Went to Mira Costa High School. Has hit every rung on the ladder. Just got a standard NBA contract. Been around the NBA 25. Here is Jackson, the three for the Clippers. Graduated from Mira Costa back in 2016. Lob to Niederhauser, tries to go. Finishing lots of block shots. He gets to
throw shooting from bigs. And what kind of touch and form. Niederhauser has the form, the technique, and I think the touch to be a really good three-point shooter.
The seven.
It was just one of those teams that you didn't want to.
With Garland, we didn't see that in the first half on Monday. They wanted to give kind of Garland a blank canvas to get his kind of rhythm. Miller attacks, goes for the putt. And Siakam back the other way in transition. 10.5 to play in the half. Siakam the three. Team, they've led by as many as 19. Mathurin spins down the lane, gets to the rim. And
the ability right now for the Clippers to get by their initial defender has just been fantastic.
Jackson goes down.
That's been very successful early on here.
Siakam the fadeaway. Got a dozen for Indiana, who trails by 17. Leonard the foul line. It's 50-31. Nembhard swings it over to Jackson with 13 to shoot. Siakam posting on Garland. Now sends it back to Nembhard for the straight on three. 7 games back in June against Oklahoma City. Kawhi the 3. Leonard invited baseline on Siakam. Up and under, the step through, the touch for Leonard. Maybe the flashiest dunk we've ever seen from Kawhi. More so when you play 5 and 7. Clippers will play Friday night in San Antonio. The Spurs are incredible.
Yep.
It's an 8:30 game Central Time, meaning you're going to get into Memphis on the tail end of a back-to-back on a very... Hoping for the best here. Again, when we know more, you will as well. Brook Lopez checks back into the game. The Clippers out in front 54-33. Injury early on in the year. Nembhard up top gives to Huff. 15 to shoot for the Pacers. Nesmith drives and dishes to Jackson. Huff now with 7 to shoot. Back to Jackson for the 3. It is short. If you caught our second segment after our open with Chris Dunn, or maybe the interview after the game the other night.
The disappointment, which we're extremely...
A lot was expected from him in Minnesota. He's part of the Jimmy Butler trade to Chicago. Ends up doing some time in the G League, which he is proud of, as Lopez for Lopez. The first of 2 free throws fall.
Still have 2 viable centers. And that the fact that we don't, instead of the improvement by Niederhauser, allow a lot of these moves to happen.
Nembhard attacks. Jackson stutters, recovers. Nesmith now down the lane. His floater misses 3. Clippers shooting 64% from the field. Mathurin eyes a 3, now drives in, walled off by Nesmith, and they send it back outside to Leonard for a deep 3. Nembhard. I'm going to guess with Niederhauser out for the time being, you might see Isaiah Jackson, the former Pacer, come in and get some time.
Yeah.
3 to shoot for Nesmith, picked up by Jones. Great defense by Jones. Nesmith misses everything. Great defense there by the Clippers.
You know, in basketball, too, what the Clippers are doing extremely well, having a goose egg is considered a bad thing, not when it relates to turnover. That means the Clippers have 0 turnover so far.
Garland with 10 to shoot, dancing on the dribble, requesting the screen from Lopez. Now floats it to him. Lopez down the lane, the runner hit. Pacers opened up this game, hitting their first 4 shots and 7 of their first 8. They're just 5 for 23 ever since. Nembhard from the line into the paint. Back to Jackson, 5 to shoot.
Okay, first turnover.
Nembhard. 8 to shoot. Feeds to Potter. And Potter, we mentioned it with Chris Dunn. Micah Potter was like, I wasn't even in the league.
I'm just saying.
He is shooting 89% on the year in his defense. It is a rare miss. Whistle and out.
By the push.
I was going to say.
Oh, you wanted to throw that thing so quick. My goodness, man.
There's so much truth to that.
I'm trying to tell.
Panda Express.
Panda Express. Oh, yeah. PF Chang's Panda Express. My goodness, man.
Michelin rated. McConnell inside. They work it back outside to Jackson. Now Potter limping a bit with an ankle injury. It only hurts when you're playing defense. He missed foul. Lopez are going to try to exploit it. And a foul there by Potter. Hopefully everything is okay with him. In his first half, Leonard with a hand in his face leaves it short. Siak 14 minutes. McConnell. And creates the...
He in his mid-range jump shot that really propelled, I thought, Indiana at times when they got stagnant on offense.
Garland the long 2. TJ just what he has done with his career. We'll talk about it a little bit later, but he has just been so impressive. Huff, the 3, opens up the game with a thunderous slam. He brings the Pacers to within 58-39 now.
Penetration by Garland over to Lopez. Worked out beautiful.
McConnell swings it over to Walker the 3, and Garland has the rebound looking down court. Garland gets the handoff. Somehow gets the pass to Dunn. Plenty of time to shoot. Kawhi is aware. Lets it fly from 3. Rings the... McConnell. Walker. Nembhard back to McConnell. This is where he does his damage. Jones in the corner. Not the locker room report.
Yeah, Brian, Jim, just finding out that Yannick Konen-Niederhauser is going to be out for the remainder.
Last organization, front office makes a gamble. They send some Burton, see the system with Rick Carlisle and get a feel for what it's like to be a Pacer. Well, Siakam signed conversation again out east next season. Speaking of Siakam,
Now it's 12.
the Clippers, two former Pacers from this season. Mathurin looking for the contact. Mathurin now 4 of 5. He's got 10 off the bench. Jones swooping in and laying it in. No flights at LAX, just a few miles down the road. Siakam, whistle and a foul.
Surround him with the right talent, the move to, and now you created a team that, despite
looking back to the bench for Indiana, appears to be okay. Garland the other way, looks for Mathurin, power dribble inside, stops on a dime. Tough shot. Siakam, seconds to play in the half. Blocked from behind by
got some numbers here for the Clippers.
Mathurin steamrolls 63-49. Clippers will carry the lead into halftime. The question will be by how much, if you ask half. Clippers led in this second quarter by as many as 23. The foul to give. Siakam late 8-7 run to close out that second quarter. Nembhard has it and finds Nesmith, picked up by Lopez in the corner. 3 to shoot, backs it back out. Nembhard with the grenade has to launch the 3.
Standing around on defense. And Clippers got a little bored, but they got to get back to pressure. And there's Huff.
23. Pacers scored the first bucket of the ball game, which is essentially their only lead. Jones hangs inside. Huff feeling good, lets it fly. That's now Jones into Lopez. The only way to stop Jay Huff is to make him work.
Hosting Brook Lopez as an option versus Huff.
Nesmith back to Siakam, 10 to shoot. Nesmith able to get around Dunn, gets to the rim, high up. You watch that Indiana run through the playoffs. His game in Madison Square Garden, 8 of 9 from 3. Big comeback win for Indiana. Sanders. Lopez fires the 3. Dunn. Looking to get it to Kawhi, but instead has to go to Jones. Now 5 to shoot for the rookie Sanders. A step back, guard at 3. Nesmith the 3. Dunn. Gives to Sanders. Now Jones, pump fake on the 3, drives inside, whistle foul.
For your teammate. In that case, he got a foul called on that dribble penetration.
Lopez. Deep into the paint, off the window and in. 59. Siakam the other way, crashing in. Get a quick word from Kia. It's the second one to 16, 67-60. Leonard picked up by Nembhard on the switch. Goes through a trio of defenders, finds Dunn on the wing for 3. That's his first shot of the night.
I said, you're going to start with a 1. I'm going to give you that because you're my guy. But the blinkies, man, the blinkies detract from the actual language and explanation of the overturn. Distraction for the audience. So what'd you give him?
He walks in reduction in the process due to the 20 blinks. So his BPWR, which is blinks per word ratio, was very high. It's going down to 1.8.
Oh, and Chris Dunn. So,
but I think, again, I mentioned I've been talking with the Kennedy Award Committee. Mitchell Irvin might be given a postseason award. We'll see. Kawhi Leonard hangs his hit. He'll go
one-on-one.
Leonard with the first hit. The Kings. Victor Wembanyama. 74-60, Clippers by 14. They've led by as many as 23. It was 56-33 in favor of the Clippers midway through that second quarter. Jay Huff doing a little.
And talked about kind of another one of the surprises for Indiana, despite having the injuries, but been the play of Jay Huff and what he's able to contribute to this squad from the center position.
Kawhi jumps through a pair of would-be defenders. Low ball, they get it ahead. Oh, he's got Kawhi to the rim. A whistle and a foul, and Leonard at the end of the year.
Yes.
Oh, he stays at a 1. The ball goes back to Indiana. 3. Pacers come in with just 15 wins on the year. Again, a lot of things going on there in Indianapolis, but they are still fighting through it. Down 14 now. Nembhard with 5 to shoot, gives to Huff. Back on the wing for Nesmith, the 3. Rebound is up.
Hang around, then all of a sudden get a spurt and really put pressure on the opposing team. And Kawhi says, yeah, we need to open this up a little on off the dribble.
Huff misses on the 3. He is now 4 of 6 from above the arc. Kawhi, by the way, 29 points in 22 minutes. Jones attacks, a whistle.
Ball up the court quickly. That's when they can find
to advance the cause as Jones makes the set lead here in the 3rd.
And what Garland added to the equation was pace. He got 2 feet in the lane. He made a few really good passes for baskets. So kind of feeling his way when the offense was rolling early.
Nembhard. Potter inside, left the game earlier with a turned ankle, is back out of the way. In transition, Lopez, the trailing 3. It is good.
We're anointed because of the team success right now. My goodness, man, how good are the San Antonio Spurs? You know, Steph Castle taking another big leap. And look at San Antonio knocking on the door.
San Antonio, for if you don't know, won 4 of 5 games from Oklahoma City. Nembhard the other way after the turnover from the. And I'll be honest, it's probably a good thing for Oklahoma City that those 2 teams.
And for some reason, even though just know how much that's a detriment to them because they're just playing. They don't care.
Jackson inside, a whistle. We'll sit. We did that yesterday on NBC. By the way, game in the 3rd quarter in favor of the Spurs against 84-64, Clippers by 20. Shepard loses Mathurin, open for the 3. Mathurin picked up by Potter. Finds Garland alone on the wing for 3. Jackson, a high-rise rebound, doing work.
It's that when the shot goes up, the body can't be put on Jackson. He's able to gobble that up and finish it with an offensive rebound.
Oh, with the rebound, my bad. It's Derek Jones Jr.
I usually say it's good rebounding.
Yeah,
he had a couple really good rebounds. He has in his game, though.
And he had a tip in on Monday, which is kind of what alerted me to it. Miller late in the clock for the Clippers. Jones in the corner for 3. Where they play 5 and 7, and they have a chance to have some games that have some good finishes here as far as not having. Jones in the corner to Miller. And Jones out of bounds with a clear line in the sand. You just don't see it often. December 20th is that day for the Clippers. It was a win over the Lakers. They would win 8 straight. They would battle back, and they have just been so impressive. 23 and 10. Jordan Miller.
And the interesting part, Brian, you kind of changed some names and faces, and yet you're still able to maintain the rhythm that you need. A beautiful pass by Mathurin right now for Indiana, and that's hard to do. You know, to continue with that same kind of rhythm, even though I know you dropped a couple games, but kind of found
that a couple of times over the years when Kawhi's been out, Paul George missed time. How about that shot by Matt?
The 2 in order for it to work. That
Clippers by 30. Siakam. I know go to the line for a couple.
Opponent 3-point shooting in a league where that defensive transition, offensive transition, they start valuing the basketball a lot better. Not
it's a huge swing, huge.
Well, I'll tell you this, in the turnovers too, so you go from 15.3 down to
well, it's been a fun turnaround. We've mentioned a couple of tough games. One against Santa. Whistle and a foul. Boy, a lot of free
move a lot more. So you're going to see a lot more because the ball is not going to stick as much, and that's not a bad thing because you had. I mean, it's an interesting concept, though. Yeah, and that's why I said that the percentage has shrunk over the years because of the number of possessions have increased, and the utilization of the 3-point line is now in play. Beautiful backdoor cut. This is a form of communication in order to get a nice, easy basket inside.
I feel like this is the best game that Matho of a game. He's 7 of 9, 20 points for him here tonight. Miller inside, challenges.
Play off balance and still be effective. That's just who he is as he get bumped. They can't explode, they can't finish. Not the case for Miller.
79. Jackson looking into Siakam. Siakam's played 29 minutes here tonight. Picked up by Miller. His former teammate Isaiah Jackson doubles. Looks inside to Huff. Blocked from behind by...
Ball swiping at the ball. Huff had to recalibrate. That gave time for Jackson.
Nice move by Garland. Gives it inside to Jackson over Huff. And
how about Darius Garland? 7 assists. Right on cue to a season average.
22 minutes. Bound goes to McConnell. Can't lay it in. Up for grab. Mathurin in the corner to Dunn for the three. It's good. The Clippers will get a 2029 and a 2031 draft pick from the Pacers, unprotected going. Executives around the league, they say if you get a player in the top 9, is changing players.
How about this? The top 10 to 15 players all projected to be freshmen right now.
You a trivia question?
Of course.
Last 4-year collegiate draft.
4-year player? Wow. So, oh wait, last 4-year #1 pick.
I'm going to give you to the next. Oh, Garland. I'm going to throw you off.
No.
Walker in the corner to Shepard. 8:21 to play in the game. Shepard lays that. His school was Jackson inside, and he continues. We had one of these things. Kenyon Martin, Cincinnati, 2000.
That's right.
Walker, the wing 3. Which reason why they were able to do that?
You know who I was leaning towards, but I didn't. Maybe it was 3 years he played at UNLV, which was Anthony Bennett. And then drafted him overall #1.
Didn't work out for Anthony Bennett as much as it did for Kenyon Martin.
No, or Cleveland. How about that? Womp womp. that was a matter of kind of overthinking the situation at that time.
Huff. Walker, the straight on 3. To secure his own miss. Gets to the rim. Wild shot whistle. Free throws coming.
With today's college game and the fans from this, you got to at school. But then also with that fan base, that translated to something special.
I remember what your example to me, Bobby Hurley, that Duke team getting crushed by UNLV in 1990, developing.
You got to think about it. UNLV was undefeated for that year.
I'm talking about in that game. They were the better team in that game. I'm not saying overall. Yes, I think UNLV was the biggest, the best team to not win a championship perhaps in college.
To your point, to come back and be undefeated, and they played a tough non-conference schedule too, I think that year too. And Duke just had vengeance on them. Both teams returned, basically both the same team.
All starters under 30 minutes. Kawhi at 23. Quentin Jackson over in Carson, went to Mira Costa.
Oh.
Washington. 5 to shoot. It's Christie in the corner for 3. Rings the rim. Out in front. Going to win for the 3rd straight time. They will pull to 30 and 31. There's an opportunity to get back to 5 and figuratively as you go up against Victor Wembanyama and the Spurs on Friday. Mathurin dared to shoot and does.
His bounce, his energy.
Making the adjustments, not blaming anybody, but
this is what we're going to do. No, he predicted that trending, not towards that direction, but could rise above it.
They've got work to do, and the optics of everything are so different than they were at the beginning of December. It was just a rough time. It really was. For the fans, the front office. In fact, I remember even talking, and he kind of, had the same positive energy that he always.
And that got the ball rolling.
Sports writer of all time.
How about that? Lawrence Frank, Indiana. Went to 2 football universities.
I can tell you right.
Let's say this. Knowing Lawrence, he probably was hanging with his crew, and they went and crashed the football game. Now, I say Lawrence probably didn't go when it was cold. I know that much.
And Doc is, the team is late because Doc wants to see the finish. And
Right.
Lawrence is like, what happened? He's like, what do you mean, what happened? By the way, the Clippers would come back, huge comeback in that Sunday game in game 2 against the Warriors. Walker knocks down the jump shot. That the Pacers are being able to play a lot of young players here.
Well, they're in the evaluation process as well for their team for next year. Halliburton is coming back. You have what they want to do. So they have quality.
If they keep their pick, it's likely because they have a top 4 pick. You know better than I that those are some franchise spots.
Yep. I mean, it really is. So I think they're just prepping and preparing, you know, to get back to where they need to be next year, healthy.
Miller into the lane some way, somehow. In these games with the Clippers, the busiest month of the year, they play 18 of these things, 5 and 7, 2 times. All minutes are not the same. These have not been challenging minutes in 2 of these last 3 games.
You take care of your business versus the teams that you're supposed to. And Kawhi's tougher to defend as well.
I think you're going to see a lot more from Isaiah Jackson going forward.
Yeah.
But the injury to Niederhauser, we don't know how severe it is. Walker the 3, it is good. They've got 128 to 105. Clippers really dominated this game. It was a single-digit game in the second quarter. After the Clippers had a lead as big as 23.
I'm waiting for him to settle in a little bit. Then I'm hitting him up. He's getting it. He's getting the call. Hook me up with your peeps down in Nicaragua, man.
For people who don't know, I'm just going to let it sit there like they don't know why.
It has something to do with tobacco, crops, cigars, connections, peeps.
Christie not there. Clippers turn it over. Shepard the other
now.
way and punches it in.
Now Lance can put
And that is to see if he should shoot. They say yes, he does. He misses short. Down. And they're going to light the victory cigar here. 130 to 107. Clippers improved after dropping 3 in a row. They have now won 1. After dropping 3 in a row, they have now won 3 in a row. Your final score.